Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you to all my subscribers and welcome to the newcomers. I can't thank you enough for your support and your beautiful comments and all your shares and all your likes, especially for the people in the groups that I'm involved in, the crochet groups. Thank you so much everybody. I'm really humbled by all of your comments and your support. I can't thank you enough. We are going to create today this beautiful flower, as you can see here. Now, this flower, actually, I'm still doing it, as you can see, because I am continuing part 2 of a table runner, which I have it on display already. Will be called Shauna Table Runner in honor of my beautiful cousin Shauna Medeiros that I dearly love, and she's far away from me. So I'm honoring some table runners in the name of my members of the family. Okay, so let's get back to the flower here. This flower has been created already in my channel. This flower is the Carnation flower. If you go to my playlist, you will see the Carnation flower tutorial on there. It was the very beginning of my videos when I first started YouTube that I had done the tutorial on this flower. Now, a lot of people have asked me to redo it again some time ago because on the video, the flower is a multicolored purple and it's kind of hard to see where the stitch is going. So I've decided, since I'm doing this table runner with this flower, I've decided to redo the tutorial on the Carnation flower. It is a beautiful flower and it's applicable on any pattern that you like. So because the thread is clear, you can see more of the stitch and the design than you actually can see on that tutorial because it's a dark purple, so it's kind of hard to see it. And it will stand out more because even with the table runner that's on that tutorial, it's a yellowish orange, so it's also a color that's kind of hard to see the stitch, or not so much of the stitch, but to see the flower stand out on the pattern. So I'm doing the tutorial on the flower because I am going to apply afterwards on this pattern, which the tutorial is up already, and it's called the centerpiece for patterns. So it's a stitch that you can use pretty much on any pattern. My thread is size 4. 100% cotton, multicolors. I use a lot of the multicolored threads, as you all know. For some of you that follow me already, as you can see, I create pretty much a lot of different flowers and so on and so forth. And these tutorials are already up, so you could always look them up. There's quite a bit of tutorials on them on my playlist. Okay. Also, information about the threads, I will leave it on the description box below where you can get them. A lot of people in the groups ask me where can they buy these threads, and I will leave all the info to the connection of the person you can order from directly without going through me, and I have to go through her, so you can just directly contact her and deal with her on your own. I'm also using pearls, as you can see. I mean, if you want to. If not, you don't have to. Okay. So we are going to get started on this. And for the newcomers, please don't forget to hit that bell notification for new uploads. And we're going to get started on this flower. And I hope you guys enjoy it. Okay. Oh, yes. And of course, size 3, which I almost forgot. And we're going to be using a scissors. I always use a small little needle to pull my threads through it at the end when I'm tying it up together, so nothing comes apart. So I always have my sweet little needle here, smaller needle to go through my stitches because my stitches are very tight. Okay, so we're going to get started on this, people, okay? I want to make sure that I turn this a bit because a lot of times I'm not catching properly filming. Always a problem to try to put this camera straight on here, and my space is very limited here, and position of the camera and so on and so forth. Anyway, so we're gonna grab the multicolored here. As you see, it's a lime with pink, and you're gonna do your magic circle. For some of you that don't know, you could always give a 6 stitch, small stitch to do your closing. So you turn once on it, pull it that way, grab your needle, and just pull your thread right through it, and just hold it, and stitch your first stitch. So we're going to stitch 3, and inside of this magic circle, we are going to do 16 regular stitches. So very easy. This flower is very easy to make, but I do understand why people wanted me to redo it, because it is kind of hard to see it on that video, the stitches of this flower. Okay, so count your 16, and we're going to lock it in on the 3rd place here. So once you've done your 16, you would grab your string from the magic circle, you pull on it so you can close, you come on the 3rd place here, and you lock it in. We're going to go up 11 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now, just give me a second to try to see if I can get a little bit more clarity in here. Hold on a minute. Okay, I think it's better. It's raining like crazy today, so, and it's rare it rains here in this island. Okay, so 11 stitches. You turn twice. You skip 1, and you go into the next one. And you take out 2, take out 2, and take out 2 more. And it's raining inside. Oh my. I hope that's better. I had to run to close the window. It was raining inside. Okay, so we have our first big loop. Now we're going to do 5 stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We turn twice again. We're going to skip 1. We're going to go into the next one. Okay, so this one is the busy one, free one, and the next one. Take it out, pull it by 2, 2, and 2. So now you have 2 big loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Turn twice, skip 1, go into the next one. And you take out 2, 2, and 2. We're going to do this 8 times around, and we're going to lock it in on the 5th one here. We're reaching the end. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. No turning twice. We're at the last. So you'd count 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You'd place it on your 5th one, and you lock it in. Okay, so now we go inside of this big loop, like that. And we do 1, 2. We count 2 because we've locked in already 1, so that's 3. Inside of here, we're going to do 10 regular stitches. Okay? So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 10 regular stitches. Just pull up a bit. I don't want to pull too much because then it loses focus. It gets all blurry. We're going to turn. And you see this big wall here, the stitch we did. We're going to go inside of it and work 10 stitches in there. So the best thing you do is turn it to the side and you do your stitch. Much easier to work. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So it's going to look like that. So you started with 10 stitch, you go on your side wall, coming down, and you do your 10. Now you're going to put it straight. It's going to look funny, right? And you're going to grab your next loop, the big one that's right beside it, right? So you're going to put your needle to the big loop, right? And you're going to lock it in with a small stitch. So it's going to stay like that. That's what makes that curve. See that curve? That's what makes it. And you're going to go 1, 2 again. And you do your 10 stitches in there again. So very simple, not complicated at all. It's just that on that other video, it looked very dark because the thread on the video looks very dark. So we have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So again, we're going to work on this bottom stitch here. We're going to create 10 of them inside. And we're going to turn around and we're going to hook it right up here like we did with this one. So you turn once, you go inside, you turn, and you create your 10 stitches again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. You would turn, you'd grab your loop back here, all right? And you'd give it a small stitch. You go back 1, 2 up, and you do your 10 inside again. So very simple, people. Okay? So do yours, I'll do mine, and I'll meet you at the end. And this is what it's starting to look like. Isn't that gorgeous? It looks way much beautiful on the clear colors here on video than the one that I did with the purple at the beginning when I first started with the YouTube. So I'll meet you at the end, people. Okay, so we're getting to the last one. This is the last hoop. I just did my 10. And I work my last side wall here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So this was the last. We're going to turn it. Now you see where we first started the 10 up here, right? So you're going to lock it in right in the bottom, and you lock it in like that. Now, we want to pull this string to the back. So you get into the middle here, and you pull it to the back. You're going to do 1, 2, 3, and 4 stitch. You see where we skipped one over here? So we're going to go in it, right? And we're going to lock it in. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to sort of make like V's. And now where we have the space here on your curve, we're going to go right in the center, and we're going to lock it in. And it's going to make like a V in the back. And this is where we create these petals. You see? Again, 1, 2, 3, and 4. You go in between, right in the middle, and there's your empty space. You grab it, and you lock it in. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You go right in the middle of your curve, and you lock it in. And again, 1, 2, 3, and 4. You go in between your space, and you lock it in the empty place. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're going to come back up, and you're going to lock it in right in the middle of these ones here. So it's going to look like little V's in the back. We're going to do that all the way to the end. Make sure you don't miss any, because you need that if you're adding these things into patterns. Okay? Meet you at the end. Okay, you guys. So we pretty much got to the end. This is the last one. And we are going to just stick it in here where we first started. And we're going to lock it in. Now you can continue on with the same thread, yarn, whatever you're using, to create the petals. I'm going to change because I'm using this pink. Since it's for my table runner, I'm going to use these flowers for it. So as I am teaching you, I need these flowers anyway. So I'm going to change it into, I'm going to give it a knot here, always a knot on the end of my pieces so they never ever come apart. And then go through some of the stitches here, because the next row it's going to cover it up anyway, so it's going to be extra secure like that. Now I'm going to grab this pink. I was finishing to do this here. I'll just cut a bit of the yarn here, the thread I should say, put this to the side and grab the thread here. So you give it a knot like that. I think I best get rid of this middle piece here because, okay, so if you're putting a pearl, you want to get your thread, your yarn, to the right side and pull it right to the edge. Then you grab your pearl. I need to loosen it up a bit because sometimes these little holes are too tight and I can't get my thread through it. So might as well get it over and done with before it's in the way. So now once you get your pearl through it, you want to make sure that you get it right across your thread, so your pearl does not stay crooked once you tie it in. Okay, and then you go to the back and you come through some of the loops here to pull your thread or your yarn through it. I like to always lock in everything, give it a knot so it doesn't go anywhere, and then go through some of the loops again. So this way you are secure that nothing is going to come apart once you wash it, or whoever you're giving it to. It's just going to stay there. And it's pretty much good enough because we give it a knot. So now you can, and there it is. Nice and secure and neat. And we took care of that problem. Okay. So now we're going to work on these loops back here on the V parts. So where it's going down, there's one going down and there's one coming up. So we're going to start on any one that's going down. We're going to lock it in. Try to hide already your piece of thread or yarn. We're going to go up 2, 1, 2, 2 stitch. And we're going to work inside of these little loops. We're going to give it 3 stitches, regular stitch. And we're going to jump right away to the next one without the one coming up, without any separation. So 1, 2, and 3. So you have the V coming down and you have the V going up. So the one coming down, we did 3. We went directly into the next one going up, 3. And now we're going to do 2 separation in between the flower here. So we're going right back down into the one going down, and we do 3 again. Very simple. And then we grab the other side one coming up right away, no separation, and we do 3 more going up. And then 1, 2, and we go and grab the one going down again. 1, 2, and 3. And we go straight into the one coming up. Whoops. 1, 2, and 3. And 1, 2 separation. We're going to the one going down. So you're going to do that all the way around. This one is the one coming up, and I'll meet you at the end for the final row. And it's going to stay like this, and then we have one more row, which is the top row of this one. Okay, everybody, so we've reached the end on the one coming up. We're going to do the 2 separation, and we're going to lock it on the 3rd place here where we started the stitch going down. Okay. Now we are going to make it easier. We're gonna okay, just go up 1, 2, and 3. Okay, going to the next one, 2, next one, 3. Because we are on top of the first group of 3, right? We're gonna go directly in here and do a small stitch in between the two V's, that one going down and one coming up, between the two that has no separation. Okay, and then 1, 2 going up. We're going to the next one. So now we have 2 stitch. Next one, 3 stitch, and inside of the 2 stitch separation we did here between the petals, the flowers, we're going to do 2 inside. So you're going to have a total of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 per each petal, if you want to say it. 1, 2 separation. We're going to create 2 more in the same place. We're going to do it on top of the stitch, so that's 3, that's 4, and that's 5. And then in between, where there was no separation, we're going to go directly in, and we're going to lock it up with a small stitch. We go up 1, 2, we go into the next one, and next one, so that's 3, 4, and 5. In the middle, 1, 2 separation, and we go back in the same place. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We go into the middle of these 2. As you can see clearly the 2 V's down here. We have no separation between them. And we do a small stitch, 1, 2 going up, next one, so that's considered 1 stitch, 2 stitch, 3 regular stitch, 4, and 5. 1, 2 separation into the same place, 1, 2. Into the first stitch here, 3, 4, and 5. We come in between the two groups here, small stitch, 1, 2. So that's 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2 separation, 1, 2, 3, whoops, not 3. 3 would be on top of the other one. In here, 3, 4, and 5. Back into the middle here, 1, 2. So we're almost at the end. This is what it's looking like. Continue yours and I'll continue mine. We're reaching the end, so we're doing the 2 inside here. 1, 2 separation. And we're going to do 2 more in the same place. And then we're just going to lock it in where we started our first stitch. So there it goes, people. Here's your carnation. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please give it a thumbs up, share, like, comment. Newcomers, I hope you subscribe to the channel. It helps to grow the channel. And thank you so much, everybody. And if you're interested on seeing the tutorial and the other flowers that I have created, then you should go into the playlist, and where it says flowers, then you can check out a few of the flowers that I have created there. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.